We're here with Matthew Gielen, he says, but we know it's Matthew Gielen because his ancestors are Dutch. Um, you, well, you said yourself you fooled around, but we call it research. You researched how YouTube works, how they deal with demographics, and how they how their machine learning works. So, how does it work?
Well, it's certainly a complex process, but essentially it pulls from the corpus of videos into a candidate generation filter. From the candidate generation filter, it sends a couple hundred videos to a ranking filter where they're ranked and then presented to the viewers. A lot of factors go into the ranking filter, and those are mostly video-dependent metrics and also viewer-dependent metrics. Many more viewer-dependent metrics are taken into the candidate generation filter, and those are things like their watch history, their search history, and their demographic information. Based on all of that, they present the viewer with a set of choices, which are video thumbnails and titles, and based on what that viewer selects, all that data is fed back into the deep neural network of YouTube, where it's processed and then informs future candidate generation filter suggestions and ranking suggestions.
So that sounds pretty sort of normal for a platform to use data to present you the videos that you probably like because of your behavior. So, what did you find anything peculiar or things that you were really sort of surprised by?
One of the biggest things we found in the research was the importance of the first 48 hours in a video's life-to-date views or lifetime views. And essentially what we found was within the first 48 hours, YouTube really makes a determination as to whether this video is going to be served very broadly or whether it's going to just kind of go back to the video corpus where it'll receive very few views over its lifetime.
Okay, so what should, if I want to sort of play the system, what should I do?
You should focus on getting views very early in a video's lifespan. This means featuring the video across your social media, sending it out in email blasts as soon as possible, the sort of thing that can drive a lot of view velocity very early. And that's a small part of the equation. The bigger part is when you're distributing content onto YouTube, the most powerful thing you can do is pick a topic or a niche and only program to that topic or niche. That's going to give you the greatest view velocity from the audience you have every time you release a new video.
So do all your effort in the first 24 hours and pick a niche. That's the best advice, right?
Those are the two most powerful things you can do to build an audience on YouTube in terms of the algorithm. But the number one thing you can really do is be authentic. If you're not authentic on YouTube, your videos aren't going to go anywhere. Ultimately, content still is king. You can do all the bells and whistles around it, but if you're not authentically making videos about something that you're passionate about, it's just not going to happen.
Okay, so any advice is there a difference between brands and creators and the videos, or like professional advertisers and just creators? Does YouTube favor authenticness or authentic makers?
No, there's no difference in terms of the algorithm. YouTube treats every video as if it's a video and every channel as if it's a channel. Some exceptions, but essentially just across the entire platform, everything is treated equally, which makes YouTube a really kind of brilliantly designed meritocracy where they're really looking at the values of the individual videos to make recommendations to their audience.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.